Go ahead. Turn it up. It's the Record Machine Show with your host, Jimmy Howe.
Singing lead with the cover band when I walked in on a Friday night. Never seen her here before, but man, she was out of sight. Planned to sit down, drink around, was mesmerized by her sound, couldn't stay in my seat. Takes a lot to do it, but she had me up on my feet. This uptown girl had me thunderstruck. Couldn't stop watching her, couldn't get enough. She's rocking the free world and she sure rocked me. Was the best looking thing that I'd ever seen. This is one of those times you gotta take a chance. Yeah, she had me when she sang Shut Up and Dance. I couldn't wait till he took a break and I could offer to buy her a drink. Said I know this bar it's open till 3. We could go dancing later, what do you think? Gotta know where this can go. Hoping that she won't say no. Hoping she'll live here with me. Don't want tonight just to be nothing but a memory. Oh yeah. This uptown girl had me thunderstruck. Couldn't stop watching her, couldn't get enough. She's rocking the free world and she sure rocked me. Was the best looking thing that I'd ever seen. This is one of those times you gotta take a chance. Yeah, she had me when she sang Shut Up and Dance. Shut up and dance. Shut up and dance. She hit me when she sang Shut Up and Dance. This uptown girl had me thunderstruck. Couldn't stop watching her, couldn't get enough. She's rocking the free world and she sure rocked me. Was the best looking thing that I'd ever seen. This is one of those times you gotta take a chance. Yeah, she had me when she sang Shut Up and Dance. Oh, shut up and dance.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Hurricane Highway, singer Ed Holland.
James, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, buddy. Good. Pleased to meet you.
You too. Where are you from?
I'm from Ireland, from the west of Ireland. Yeah, a small little town called Westport in the west of Ireland. So yeah, it's 12:30 here at night. That's as of now.
Wow.
So and you're South Pittsburgh, isn't that right?
No, I'm in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
South Carolina, I should have said. That's what I was thinking of Pittsburgh. South Carolina. Oh, wow, the weather must be fantastic there at the minute, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty warm. It's about 70 or so today. You know, that's not
Lovely.
bad for middle of November. You know.
Yeah. It's not anywhere near 70 here. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's about 13 degrees Celsius.
Oh wow.
If that. Yeah. So this time of year coming up to Christmas, you know, it's not, the weather isn't good at all. But like it's just like rainy kind of weather and dull, and it gets dark at 4:30, 5 o'clock. You know, I suppose the likes of November it can be depressing enough month. You know, just dark very early in the evenings. You know, and stuff like that. So you have to kind of get out and get to the gym and keep as positive as you can this time of year. You know.
Wow. I miss the season changes because I originally grew up in New Jersey and I lived there most of my life. I've only been in South Carolina 5 years, so I used to get the cold winters and the snow and all that other stuff. I haven't seen snow in 5 years.
I actually stayed in New Jersey in 2002.
Oh, okay.
I went over there 2002. I don't know if you ever heard of a guy called Louis Walsh. His brother brought us over. Actually, I was in a covers band at the time, way back, and we won a competition. That was the kind of start in music, for me, And we won a competition out of about 80 bands, and we went over there. He brought us over. Louis Walsh would be, he would manage a lot of boy bands as such, where we were a rock band, but his brother brought us over. He was running this competition. Brought us over, and we stayed in New Jersey, actually. That's where he lives over there, So it was an amazing, it was cool, lovely place. Absolutely beautiful.
Very cool. Now, tell me about your musical background. When did you first get involved in music?
Well, in music, I started off when I was 11. My dad bought me my first guitar when I was 11 years old. A couple of years ago now, but so he bought me my first guitar, and I just kind of just took to it from there on. You know what I mean? Just the guitar. I just started learning, playing a couple of songs. I think the very first song I ever learned on the guitar was Neil Young, Heart of Gold, and Sweet Home Alabama, them kind of songs that were always, the first kind of couple of songs that had a couple of chords in them, like 2 or 3 chord songs. And I started off that way and just kind of grew into playing in cover bands and school bands and stuff like that. And and started then basically started my own covers band, and I'd done that 15, 20 years all over Ireland. Played in every place that had electricity, as I always say, all over Ireland, until Hurricane Highway came along, and I started that in kind of 2014 we kind of just started developing it in 2014 with another guy over here called Kevin Collins. So myself and him went into business, and that's how Hurricane Highway started. So just kind of to fast forward it to that. So kind of always playing in covers bands, and as my own covers band, as I say, until Hurricane Highway, till we started Hurricane Highway. And that's just been a roller coaster the last couple of years for us here in Ireland, and stuff like that. So that's kind of my background anyway.
Yeah. So tell me about your band, Hurricane Highway. You said you formed in 2014. Who were the players in the band?
Yeah, well, basically we build the band around myself and Kevin Collins. That's kind of we're the two rude anchors of it, kind of like the way Lady Antebellum does it, I suppose, and Rascal Flatts and a couple of them bands. So that's the way we've kind of did it. We have a drummer. We've kind of 2 drummers that come in and they tour with us and stuff like that. So we play a lot of the festivals, all the venues and stuff like right across Ireland. We've had 9 Hot Disc #1 singles. We've had 9 Grammy nomination considerations. Our current single is at 46 on the Music Row charts in Baby I Do in America. And that also was 11 weeks at #1 in the Hot Disc chart here, and was the longest running single ever in that chart at 11 weeks at #1. So, but to break the top 50 last week in the Music Row charts in the US was fantastic. And that's only our second single out in the US at the minute, which is called Baby I Do, and that's on Spotify. Yeah.
That's amazing.
The first one went to 53, second one 46, and we have another brand new one called She Sang Shut Up and Dance. That comes out in December. So that'll be our third US single. And I'm just back from a whole radio tour. Done 2 major radio tours all over the US, taken in Tennessee, Kentucky, Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Nebraska, Minnesota, Alabama, Iowa, trying to think of them off the top of my head, Missouri, all the 12 states we did. We done 5,000 miles over 2 weeks, covering 12 states, doing 3 radio stations a day, across all the chart radio stations. That was fantastic. And how that all came about, just trying to give you as much information as I can in a short space of time. But how that all came about was through the pandemic. I recorded a song just before the pandemic, belonged to 2 songwriters in our group did, Hurricane Highway. It recorded a song called All Time Favorite, and it was written by a guy called Kevin Rowe, and he's based in Chicago, and Nancy Moser, who is in Kentucky. And they invited me through a publishing company that pitched the song to me in Nashville to write with them. And 2.5 to 3 years later, probably is now at this stage, I write with them every single Tuesday.
Wow.
We write for 3 hours on Zoom. And out of that, I went over, recorded a full album in Nashville. we went over and recorded a full album in Nashville. And that's the single "Baby I Do," which was 11 weeks running here at number one. And as I say, it's 46 now in the Music Row charts in the US. And out of that came some of them songs, and the new one, She Sang "Shut Up and Dance," that one as well. And we've written a string of songs. So yeah, and out of that also they've now become investors in the Hurricane Highway brand in America in what we're doing, and we got a deal basically with the promotions company in Nashville, and that's how we released the singles over there. So now we're going on to number 3 and looking forward to hopefully starting touring over there next year. That's the plan.
That would be awesome.
That's been all put together. So it was like we had to get out 2 or 3 singles first, before we could actually start touring over there. But we've done 2 major radio tours, and I think I'm doing another one either February or March. So yeah,
you should talk to your management about maybe getting you on that country music fest in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. They do it every year.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We'd be looking into all them absolutely to do them. It would be fantastic. Also done some headline shows with Miranda Lampard, who you all know is over there, and Charlie Pride and Maddie and Tay. So yeah, we played on headline bills with them over this side as well when they came over here. So Mo Pitney. So that was all good, and we toured with other European acts like Smokey and a few bands like that. So that was all really cool, So and then festivals and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where we're at.
You mentioned earlier you did some shows with Charlie Pride, Miranda Lambert, and Maddie and Tay. What's it like sharing the stage with such talented artists?
Legends, they're serious legends, and I had the pleasure of meeting them and having a great chat with the likes of Charlie Pride. He was just, sadly has passed away since, but that was in 2017. It was we've done two big huge festivals here in Ireland called Harvest, and they were over for all that. And Sam Palladio as well, he was over, and a lot of them. So just a couple of the names there, but on the main headline stage, we were headlining as well. Being, we were doing very well with one of our songs, was on the radio over here an awful lot at the time in 2017, and it was really done really, really well for us, the song we'd out at the time. And we were on the headline bill with that, so it was fantastic. I think there was only 4 or 5 headline acts, and Miranda Lampard was one. Obviously, she's a major act, and Charlie Pride and Maddie and Tay, so who weren't that well known at the time, Maddie and Tay, and they've just absolutely skyrocketed since. Not because of that show, but because of, I'm just saying, they have skyrocketed. They're right. Massive. When I was over there, and we were on the radio, and one of the radio shows we were doing in one of the radio stations, their song was on. I was like, oh my God, we played the show with them in Ireland, and the guys are just like, they're absolutely huge over here now, and it's like, it's amazing,
Oh,
a couple of years later, so it's I just love the whole American thing and just touring over there, and it's fantastic. I'm loving the journey. We're loving the journey of it all. It's been good to us over the last couple of years. So yeah. And
I'm
in
sure.
2016 and 2017, we won Video of the Year for 2 of our videos at the Northern Ireland Country Music Awards, and just recently here at another Country Music Awards show, we won Best International Group as well. So yeah, so it's been a promising couple of years, and as I say, we're still growing, and we're loving breaking into the US market, and to break the top 50 last week. Actually, no country rock band ever out of Ireland has ever broke the top 100. Actually, with the country rock band. Now, obviously, U2 are a rock band. They've broke lots of records,
right?
And they're Irish, but I mean, a country rock band in terms of breaking. And now we broke the top 50. So next we have to break top 40, James. That's the goal.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Top 40, buddy.
Yeah, you mentioned moments ago in 2016, you won Country Music Video Award of the Year for Hey Pretty Girl, and in 2017, you won another one for Make You Mine. Now, do you guys enjoy shooting the video as much as recording the songs?
That's a great question. Actually, that's a great question. I never really got asked that question before. I always love, because I'm always kind of ready for ones that, come at me saying, yeah, and I kind of know. But yeah, that's a very good question. When you record the song, I suppose, just to give you the two sides, when you record the song in the studio and it all comes together, the art of it, it's like, you just like feel when you hear the finished product, you get that feeling, oh wow, and if you don't, you're scratching your head thinking, oh God, what, like, why am I not getting that feeling? Is there something, why am I not, was I expecting too much of the song? Then when it comes to the the music video can be great fun, but I suppose it's all the takes you have to do, you have to do that in studio sometimes as well when you're recording guitar parts and stuff like that. And yeah, both of them are very, very enjoyable. I suppose there's more of a kind of cast on a music video, I suppose, that you can kind of bounce off to have more fun with, and you always have a good party after it as well. But after shooting a music video, but it's both of them are enjoyable. I have to say, I enjoy the studio process as well, but music video can be great fun too. So it's 50-50 really for me on that one, I suppose.
Okay, now let's talk about a couple of songs. This podcast will feature two of your tracks. She sang "Shut Up and Dance" and "Baby I Do." What's the story behind those two songs?
Well, two songs which I wrote along with through the pandemic. Only in the last year we wrote "Baby I Do" and "She Sang Shut Up and Dance." Actually, they're only a couple. Like both them songs they're only both between the two of them. They're only over a year old. Like we wrote them, and so "Baby I Do." Obviously, it does what it says in the tin. It's the first. I'll go with that one first. It's the first dance at a wedding, baby. Basically,
Mm-hmm.
It's the first dance at a wedding. It's basically, you hear like Lone Star Amazed or some of these bands, they all have a big wedding song. That's our, which was a huge song, that Lone Star Amazed. But "Baby I Do" is basically, it's a first dance at a wedding, and I won't give away any more about it. Like you're going to play it on the show, but basically that's what it is. There's nothing more I can kind of say about it. We wrote the song with that intention, and we coming up with the title of it, and we came up with a lot of different titles, but I had ideas about it, but around that one we settled on that one, and that's the one that really, really worked for us. And I had loads of different ideas worked out for it, and Kevin wrote it, and Nancy works out a lot of the lyrics, and myself and Kevin as well. So and we're just really pleased with how it turned out. And then we worked with as I said, with the producer in Nashville. I was just on the phone to him this evening actually working on another song in Nashville earlier on at 5:00 this evening. So, so we basically put all the ideas into play of what we would want in our sound for that song, and that's how "Baby I Do" was born, and it was right here in this room we wrote it,
Mm-hmm.
And then "She Sang Shut Up and Dance" then is a completely different concept to that. It's basically a guy walks into a bar on a Friday night. This is the best way of explaining it, I suppose, so you get the whole meaning of it. A guy walks into a bar on a Friday night. He sees this girl singing in a cover band, right? She sings "Uptown Girl," which is Billy Joel.
Mm-hmm.
She sings "Thunderstruck," which is AC/DC. She sings "Rockin' in the Free World," which is Neil Young. But she had him when she sang "Shut Up and Dance." So them titles of them three songs are in the chorus. So the chorus goes, "This uptown girl had me thunderstruck." So this uptown girl had me thunderstruck. Couldn't stop watching her, couldn't get enough. She's rocking the free world, and she sure rocked me. Was the best looking thing that I'd ever seen. This is one of those times you gotta take a chance. She had me when she sang "Shut Up and Dance."
Nice. Very cool.
So that was the concept of that. Basically, it's like I played in cover bands for years, and I thought to myself, it would be really cool to write a song about one of the, write a song that incorporates the song that everyone goes crazy for. So that's how that kind of concept came about. And I was looking, actually, when we were writing the song, this is how it actually came. I got my old cover band set list.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it out there, and I was going down through, and I was, the way like all these, like on every cover band standard set, you have like I'll just think of songs like Summer '69 or like Bryan Adams, or you have All the Small Things by Blink-182 or Mr. Brightside, The Killers. I'm just thinking of them off the top of my head, and they'd be on all standard cover band set lists, like all big, massive hits that everybody wants to hear at a cover band gig. And but I said the whole thing about the song "She Sang Shut Up and Dance" is, I suppose it was what really caught me with that one instead of all the other ones. and even Thunderstruck is, I suppose, like that just kind of happened by accident. That like when we came up with the rhyme of the chorus that I said that we dropped in them songs, that wasn't the intention to drop in songs, but actually it actually added more meat to the bone, for want of a better way of explaining it, I suppose, in terms of bulking up the chorus in terms of getting them the song titles into it. So yeah, but yeah, I suppose that's how that came about. Before, that's how it came about. Yeah, so she's saying "Shut Up and Dance." So yeah.
Cool story. Now, how do you approach songwriting? What's your creative process like?
Yeah, the creative process of songwriting, basically, it can come about in a lot of different ways. You can come up with the music first, or you can go up with the lyrics first. But normally, the way we do it is we come up with the hook first, which is the title of the song. So we'd come up with that, and then we build around that. We'd come up with ideas, or else we'd list out certain things that we'd want in the song. For kind of it's just kind of the best way of explaining it. But I suppose the hook, which is the title, would be kind of the most. So we go through loads of different titles, and if it felt like, so I'd have my few titles that I'd have written out. Kevin would have his, and Nancy would have it. So we'd go through the different ones, and then I think, yeah, that might work for Hurricane Highway in terms of, or also we might say if we're writing a song, we'll give it to the publisher that it might work for another artist. Mm-hmm. Kevin has written songs with people like Casey Timmer, who has had hits with Kelsey Ballerini. Yeah Boy, I think, was the hit. So he's written songs with him as well, and a lot of other songwriters that have had some big hits as well. But yeah, how the songwriting process is, basically we come up with the hook first. We put down the ideas of the song. I come up with the riff then on the guitar. We'll build around that. And Kevin will come up. He's very good on the music side of it as well. He'll come up with little parts, and then we'll structure the song. And then in terms of structure, and we always keep the structure in terms of what's going to be radio friendly. I'm very much into that kind of thing. What's going to be, it's kind of right to the radio, as much as possible. And that's, with Baby I Do, you'll have your 3.5 minute song. That's a lot of them we write kind of that way, as well. So that's kind of the process, but there's no set process. Do you know what I mean? It's no formula. It can vary.
Depends.
Really, but I thought Kevin and Nancy they were more songwriters than I. I'm more a performer, entertainer. That was my thing all along. And I had written songs with my other band, and I had written songs before they came along as well. But the formula was different with them, with the way they did it. But actually, and I thought, oh my God, 3 hours when you're going on a session, say for 3 hours of songwriting from 3 to 6, God, but we nearly finish a song in 3 hours. Now, a song could take 3 sessions, or you could finish a song in 1 session. I remember one song there nearly took us 5 weeks to finish. It could have been She Sang Shut Up and Dance, I'm not sure, but one song did take us about 5 different sessions to finish. Songs can drag out like that, or you can get a song that will just be 3 hours and that's it. And you start to finish, and and I suppose you often hear some songs that some writers, Ed Sheeran, I think, said it in one interview I was listening to before, that one song that I think was perfect, he just wrote it in 20 minutes, and some of the biggest hits are written like that, so yeah, so we could write one now at 12:30 at night or 1 o'clock, James, and that could be it. Yeah. 5 minute song, let's do it.
So where do you draw inspiration from your lyrics?
Yeah, draw inspiration, I suppose, from the lyrics side of things. Again, we just look at the hook and try to write to the hook as best we can, as they say in songwriting. Just write to the hook, keep going back to the hook in terms of, if it's like the likes of Baby I Do, you're going to be talking, going back to somebody just listening to, say, the first line could be old school into 90s radio, kick back chilling with a bottle of Merlot. That's the first 2 lines in it. So they're thinking back. Could be cruising down a country road, or sunsets on the coast. You're every picture on my phone, the reason I want to go home. Ask me if I want to marry you, baby, I do. That coming into the chorus. And, that inspiration, I suppose, It could be walking on the beach. It could be going for a walk, whatever. You know, on a normal day, it could be driving along in the car, getting different ideas. But the biggest thing I found with that is I lost so many ideas because I never wrote them down or I never put them into my phone. Now I'll just go hit the memo thing and I'll just record it into my phone and say something and I'll go back to it.
Right, that's a good
like,
idea.
And I just go back to the memo thing and I go back to the phone or, you know, things like that. Or, you know, and the same thing when I'm out walking. Like before I say, oh no, I won't, like, because with this job, you're always, social media is such a big part of it. So you're always doing stories or you're doing posts or, you know, it's a constant thing of it all the time as well with social media and Facebook. So that's a big part of it. But, you know, you always need to have your phone with you. So sometimes, you know, you'd say, I want to get away from it for an hour. And then you'd say, oh God, I had a great idea or something like that. And some of the ideas, like the majority of the ideas that you might think of when you're out walking, they might be rubbish, like, but you might just get one that is really, really good. Mm-hmm. And that's all you need. That's all you need every now and again. You know, all you need to get is one or two good ideas every now and again. And then, you know, believing that, like when we came up with the concept of She's Saying Shut Up and Dance, we were excited about that. And, you know, and it's, you know, it's proven it's done pretty well. And we're looking forward to getting that song out now next, our third single in the US.
Yeah, it's a great song. Now, what are your plans for the rest of the year and the coming year? Yeah,
the rest of the, well, hopefully we're going to, so home now for Christmas. I was just in Dubai doing a tour there a couple of weeks ago. So we're over in Dubai. That was really hot. I was going to say amazing, but it was really hot. Mm-hmm. Very, very hot. Oh my God. Yeah, it was cool. Nice place to see, just something different. Before that, I was just back from a radio tour. So we done, August was the radio tour. October was Dubai. We do some stuff in Spain. Back now for Christmas for the next couple of weeks. And then either the beginning of February or early March, I think, is the next. We're doing another radio tour for She Sang Shut Up and Dance. And then hoping that we'll be doing a tour after, like, tour with the full band tour. In a lot of different venues across all the states that were touring with the radio show or with the radio tour. Across a lot of them ones that I was telling you about, Tennessee, Kentucky, Iowa, Wisconsin, along all them. So that's the plan now. And so the next single, as I say, is out early December and it goes for Music Row then in early January. We have another UK single that comes out on the 12th of January, actually, called Young Love's a Liar as well. So that's out on the 12th of January. So them two singles. And then recording more songs next year as well. I'm over recording more in Nashville again. So that's what my call was earlier on this evening. So yeah, so a lot of stuff going on.
Sounds good.
A lot of stuff going on.
Now, do you have a website that you'd like to promote?
Yeah, actually, if anybody wants to come along and say hello to us on our Facebook page. Our Facebook is our main one that we go by. We have Hurricane Highway on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Spotify, check out all our music under Hurricane Highway on Spotify. And hurricanehighway.net is our website. So yeah, right across all the social platforms. But come say hello to us on our Facebook. And thank you so much, James, for having me on.
Well, you're welcome now.
Chatting. It's been so good.
Yeah. Is there anything you'd like to mention that we didn't talk about today?
I think I probably talk too much. That's my problem.
No, you gave some good information.
Just come along, say hello to us on our Facebook page and check out all the music on Spotify, as I said. And our new single, which is She Sang Shut Up and Dance, will be out early December. We're looking forward to that one out. And as I say, our Baby I Do is our current one that's out over there. You can check that out. It's our number one song on our Spotify. And so that's basically it. That's everything. And we're looking forward to touring over in the US, and hopefully we'll see you in your side when we get over sometime too.
That would be pretty awesome. Well, Ed, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really dig the band and the tunes. I want to wish you the best of luck with the tours and the singles coming out, and want to wish you happy holidays and a very happy new year.
Thanks so much. Same to you, James, and all the crew at the Record Machine Show, and so grateful to be on with you, buddy, and Merry Christmas and a Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy, and let's stay in touch, all right?
Absolutely, James. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a good night. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Could be old school in the 90s radio. Kick back, chilling with a bottle of Merlot. Could be cruising down a county road or collecting sunsets on the coast. Your every picture on my phone, the reason I wanna come home. Ask me if I wanna be with you. Baby, I do. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Yeah, baby, I do. Always in your corner, always if you're back. Always there for you, you can count on that. My secret keeper, my safe place. My angel, my saving grace. Know my thoughts, what makes me tick. Always amazed at just how we fit. As time flies by, I want you to be sitting next to me, sharing memories. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Yeah, baby, I do. I'll cherish you for the rest of my life. Take my last name. Want you for my wife, to have and hold heart and soul. Baby, I do love everything about you. Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil I wanna see your smile. I know what I'll say when the preacher looks my way. Ask me if I wanna marry you. Baby, I do. Baby, I do. Baby, I do. Baby, I do.
The Record Machine Show is a weekly radio podcast produced by Jimmy Howell Productions. All rights reserved. For information regarding distribution or adding this podcast to your website, please visit our contact page at therecordmachineshow.com to submit your request. Thanks for listening. See you next time on The Record Machine Show.
The Record Machine Show.